Okay, let's go. We go to the next chapter of Soul of Money. Okay, let's continue with the topic that we're going to cover. Okay, the topic what I'm reading is what you appreciate. Okay, so this I would say in the context of sufficiency, appreciation becomes a powerful practice of creating new value in our deliberate attention to the value of what we already have. Okay, remind me of the quotes by Anthony Robbins when I was attending the Dates with Destiny in Australia, in Gold Coast. Yeah, it was a nice place at that time. The place was very cold, and I'm not used to cold weather, so I was like, every single time we are taking break, I would just lie down on the grass outside the hotel, and that is where I appreciate the most about our country, the sun, because now I understand why the Angmos like to lie down in the sun, because their weather usually when cold is very cold. Yeah, so continue to what I want to say. Okay, what I want to say is that in the quotes that I learned from Anthony Robbins is that when you exchange your expectation with appreciation, you're going to be very, very happy in life, especially in relationship, because in relationship, most of us, we are expecting something from the other person. So we are continue expecting, and we forget to appreciate. So if we can continue to appreciate and slowly diminish the expectations of the other, then we will live happy life. That's what I'm want to share from Anthony Robbins. And yeah, sometimes I do see that quotes somewhere in Facebook, so I just want to share regarding this topic because it related. Let's continue. Okay, what you appreciates. It's true in our money culture, where a desirable house in a desirable neighborhood appreciates in dollar value from year to year. It's true in our personal relationships, where our appreciations of someone's special qualities can make them bloom before our very eyes. It's true in business, where a company's commitment to its employees fosters pride and excellence in their work. And this simple but powerful act we call appreciation expands the freedom, creativity, and ultimately the success we experience, particularly in our relationship with money. Appreciation is the beating heart of sufficiency. Okay, so I just want to stop for a while regarding this. It says appreciation is the beating heart of sufficiency. Okay, you may ask why? Why is appreciation is the beating heart of sufficiency? Because when we have a little, we already appreciate, we gratitude for that little things that we have. Therefore, we are experiencing a gratefulness and happiness for what we have. We don't think of the next thing what we want to have, but we are appreciates of the things that currently we have in our hands. Yeah, so that is why it means that a beating heart of sufficiency. It means when you appreciate what you have, you feel enough. That is the key. When you feel enough, then you feel abundance, because only when you feel enough, then you can feel the abundance. Yeah? Okay, let's continue. In the context of sufficiency, appreciation becomes a powerful, intentional practice of creating new value through our deliberate attention to the value of what we already have. Our attention enlarges and enriches our experience of whatever is before us. We have the opportunity to direct our attention in the way we relate to money. And when we do it, empower us. It becomes who we are and what we are about. When we allow jealousy, envy, resentment, and even vengeance to become the focus of our attention and intention. We become jealous, envious, resentful, vengeful people with our money. When we direct our attention to creativity, courage, and integrity, we become expressions of those qualities in whatever we do in our interactions with money. When your attention is on what's lacking and scarce in your life, in your work, and in your family, in your town, then that becomes what you're about. That's the song you sing, the vision you generate, you engage in lack and longing and what's missing. And you call others to that same experience. If your attention is on the problems and breakdowns with money or scarcity, thinking that says there isn't enough, more is better, or that's just the way it is, then that is where your consciousness resides. Those thoughts and fears grow from the attention you give them and take over your life. No matter how much money you have, it won't be enough. No amount of money will buy you genuine peace of mind. You expand the presence and the power of scarcity and tighten its grip on your world. If your attention is on the capacity you have to sustain yourself and your family and contribute in a meaningful way to the well-being of others, then your experience of what you have is nourished and it grows. Even in adversity, if you can appreciate your capacity to meet it, learn and grow from it, then you create value where no one would have imagined it possible. In the light of your appreciation, your experience of prosperity grows. We can use our appreciation, our conscious attention and intention to develop some mastery of the arena of money and transform our relationship with money into an open space for growth and freedom. That's the truth, and I learned it first from people we would call poor. I learned it in places around the world where there is almost no water, no food, and no explanation for the fact that people survive at all. Okay, this basically, it means that due to our environments, especially if we live in Singapore, it's very competitive. And if you don't perform, if you don't get yourself on the tip of your toes, you're going to be obsolete. So in Singapore, we always think that I'm not good enough. I need to improve. Yeah. So that's why how is it called when they can say it's like the jealousy. So when other people rise above them, they feel jealous because deep inside them, they can't do what the other person that they're jealous of can do. So a lot of people usually bring down others by gossiping behind them and secretly competing with the person that they're jealous of. Yeah, so they cannot bless others who are successful. They feel there is something that is they are not approved of in their way in the activities that the successful people does. So this is the behavior that is negative, directing the attention to the more towards the negative instead of like empowerment to become like the person you envy about. So instead of like learning something, what they did that made them successful, the person will say something that behind their back, that something is negative about the person that they envy. So this is the example of directing the thoughts into the negative instead of the positive. Okay, see you the next time. I will record the next video will be next chapter, the Magnificent Seven. Yeah, so the next video will be the Magnificent Seven. See you on the other side.